Hey guys, Rockingtheblade here once again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another RTB retro review. So, the last retro review I did was of the 1977 classic Star Wars A New Hope. A couple of years later, a sequel came out. And I bet people are wondering how in the blue hell are they going to top the 1977 classic that was Star Wars. That it was a phenomenon. It defied a generation. It was at the box office king for several years until Titanic dethroned it. People wondering how the hell are they gonna follow that? And a lot of people's opinion, not only that they made a better Star Wars movie, but people consider it one of the greatest sequels of all time, or one of the greatest movies of all time ever made. Period. And after seeing it again, I kind of have to agree. I kind of see why people love it so much. So today I'm doing an RTB retro review of Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. so um, so yeah, just in case you're wondering, before we go any further, it's spoiler free. Don't worry. Even though I think everyone in their grandpappy, like I mentioned before in the last Star Wars video, should have seen at this point, but out of respect, so that, I won't mention any spoilers. So don't worry, you can sit back and relax, enjoy my retro review. So it takes place a little bit, it takes place after A New Hope, obviously. And, they're kind of, they're at the Hoth base that suddenly got discovered by the Empire, so it's up to Luke, Han, Leia, and Chewie, along with R2D2 and C3PO, to escape. They kind of got separated during the chaos. While Han and them were trying to lose the Empire, Luke goes to find, thanks to Obi-Wan, Yoda to complete his Jedi training. And let me just say this: the puppetry for Yoda made him feel more real than the CGI they used him for in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Which, don't get me wrong, I understand why they had to, because he was more, he was just sitting down, just sort of using sitting. He was sitting up or just sitting down. He was up and about fighting and using his Jedi techniques. So I get it, I understand, but still, I wished it did better with the CGI, because the puppetry with Yoda looked amazing. Even then, when I was watching it, I was like, wow, this looks. I know he's a puppet, but he feels real. Like I can touch him. He's really there. And I gotta say, the power of practical effects is a powerful tool. It really is. And of course, you're wondering why the puppetry was so amazing. Jim Henson and his team was behind the puppetry. So of course, again, kudos to George Lucas for doing a great job. Picking that, or whoever his idea was, to get Jim Henson for the puppetry for Yoda, because it was beautiful. It was great. The training session with Luke and Yoda was cool, iconic. Just cool to see how the different ways of the Force, just teaching all the different moves and techniques. It was a cool little session. I really enjoyed. I love Han just being the reluctant hero, and Carrie Fisher's Governor Soul as Princess Leia, just not having any of Han Solo, played by Harrison Ford's crap. Of course, Chewie being awesome, and R2D2 and C3PO also being awesome as well. Also being awesome as well. Lando Calrissian, played by the excellent Bill D. Williams. He had that swagger about him that he knows he's good looking, and he's going to take full advantage of it. And also, kudos to the set pieces. They were, another thing I shout out, wow, amazing. Like Hoth, and the place that Luke went to find Yoda's little planet that he was hiding out on, and Cloud City, all looked amazing. It felt like real places to go to. It was wow, the effects looked better. You could definitely tell. It was wow. Even the space combat dogfights were amazing, not only in space, but during the Hoth battle, during the escape, was also cool and amazing. It was just you could tell that it was a bigger and better budget, and I loved it, and it was very appreciative. Excuse me. So, I also I love how it was darker too. It was darker and very definitely intense. Also, just that uncertainty because you don't know what was gonna happen. You don't know if it's like if Luke's gonna fall to the dark side or Luke's friends are gonna die. There's that level of uncertainty, like, oh God, like what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? You don't. You're kind of on the edge of your seat, and I like that. I love that. It's not like it's not that predictable. Like, A, B, and C. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like with most movies. Like when you like 15 to 30 minutes, and you're like, I already know what's gonna happen. You didn't get that with Empire Strikes Back. You have no idea what was gonna happen, and I like that. I like going in not knowing what was going to happen, that level of uncertainty. Even though I knew it was going to happen because I know about the plot points at that point. But after re-seeing again, it's like, man, I can really see why people like this movie so much. It was made by people that gave a damn about this franchise. You can feel the love and compassion behind this. So I also think the pressure too is like, okay, guys, we were in a runaway hit with this movie. We got like live up to the expectations of this sequel, and they did. It showed. I mean, it was like, wow. You know what I mean? Just wow. Like I said, I love the dog fights. The effects were better. The saber duel was better. I mean, because the first one, I mean, it was the first one. I mean, it was still incredible for its time. It was still great for its time, but it doesn't hold up in comparison to like obviously the newer movies, especially with the prequels. Say what you will with the prequels, a lot of people like about them. I am too, don't get me wrong. But one of the great things about this prequels, the saber duels, wow. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan versus oh God, what's his name? Not Boba Fett though, he's in this movie, Darth Maul. There you go, played by the excellent Ray Park Jr. Who also did he also played Snake Eyes from the live action G.I. Joe movie. Just fun fact as well. He did that as well. Ray Parker, oh my God, I mean, he did such a phenomenal job as Darth Maul. It was like, it's funny because during the making of that movie, George Lucas went to the artist and like, give me the face of a monster from your worst nightmare. And the guy came out with something, and George Lucas didn't like it. So nice was, okay, your second worst nightmare. And apparently those horns wasn't supposed to be horns, but the artist didn't say anything. It ended up looking a lot better in my opinion. So I was like, they kept it on. But yeah, point being, the saber duels were, was a ton better than like the original trilogy. But even then, as the sequels went on, it got better because the saber duel in Empire Strikes Back wasn't as good as like the prequels, but it was a lot big improvement over New Hope. Obviously, big improvement. Of course, the big Luke, I am your blank against spoiler free. It was like, what? It's a plot twist that people still talk about to this very day. Even as a kid, I was like, Nani Sore. Nani. It's like, it was just like, it's funny because even James Earl Jones himself, the voice of Darth Vader, went to George Lucas like, is this for real? You sure? And George was like, yes, sir. That was not an accident. It's part of the story. He's like, wow, okay, because even like they couldn't believe it. Also, fun fact, when there's one scene, when Han got caught, and before they were going to take him away, he was supposed to say, Princess Leia's like, I love you, and I guess Han's supposed to say I love you back, but it wasn't George Lucas directing. It was like one of his like assistant directors, and he didn't like how it was coming out. So at one point, there's like, okay, just say what you feel the character would say. So when Princess Leia said, "I love you," which that was in the script. Han Solo saying, "I know," that was ad-libbed, and it came off so natural that they kept in the movie. Just a little fun fact I want to throw out there as well. I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that," because it was like, because it was funny. It was a simple scene. Like the whole "I love you too" didn't feel natural. Didn't feel like that was something Han would say. So the assistant directors went to Harrison Ford just to tell him, just say how you feel, say what you feel Han would say in a situation, and then that's why he said, "I love you." Han's like, "I know," and it came off natural too. And I think it was for the better. Sometimes it's good to let the actors do what they want, not do what they want, but like feel like, give them like the more power to say more. They feel this sometimes, the script is great, but sometimes again, a situation, things change, and sometimes that actor needs to come in and feel like, and if they have something better to offer, they should listen to them. In that case, Harrison Ford something better to offer, and it made the scene more iconic. Overall, just again to recap, the late Saber Duels better, effects better, more memorable characters, memorable moments. You didn't know where the plot was going to go. It was on the edge of your seat, non-stop action adventure, and I just loved it. And of course, it clearly set up for the next sequel, which I will do my next retro review of. But until then, I hope you enjoyed my RTB retro review. It not only lived up to the hype, it surpassed it. Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. It is one of the greatest Star Wars sequels / greatest movies ever made. It deserves all the praise it gets, and then some. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my RTB retro review. I hope you enjoy it. Please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. As always, Rockingtheblade signing out. Hope to see you guys again soon. Peace out. Have a great day. The next RTB retro review will see me doing will be Return of the Jedi. Till then, peace out. Have a great day, and of course, please be safe. And may the Force be with you. Always.